feel the blood creeping up from the heathens. Got will, got fight, got pride, got reason. If they wanna go eat, then you know I'm gon' feed them. If you're coming for me, hope you're ready for a demon. I got eyes in the back of my head, I'm seeing. Take me for granted and you know I'm leaving. I'ma take what's mine with the webs I'm weaving. I could take this crowd from seeing to believing. Got a taste for blood and my tongue keeps bleeding. From the words I spit, so sharp, so freezing, so cold. Behold, frostbite they feeling. I could tear you apart or I could go heal them. Don't believe in fate, don't believe in ceilings. I just need a taste and my mind starts feeling. I don't pace myself, I grind on kneeling. Got lust for change, I just love the feeling. I ain't gonna give up. Got too little time, I'ma live up. Head down, push forward through the tough times. Cause anything worth doing is a tough climb. And I ain't gonna give up. Got too little time, I'ma live up. Head down, push forward through the tough times. Cause anything worth doing is a tough climb. Cause I'ma live life for the fight, yeah, I'm here to get it. I got drive, got sight, always have a vision. I go by at night, I be in my feelings. I'ma be fine, need time, and I'll soon be winning. I live life for the fight, yeah, I'm here to get it. I got drive, got sight, always have...
Hello, everyone. Thank you again for tuning in for Secular Activism Unfiltered. I was supposed to have a stream during embarkation during my cruise with Candace Gorham and Deanna Williams that will have to be rescheduled for another time. Right now, I have here a guest, and we have gotten close and familiar with each other doing our uh, talk show, Java and Jugs. I'm going to bring her on because she's very insightful and has a lot of things to talk about. She's a small content creator such as myself, Lilith. Hi, how are you today?
I am doing okay. I'm doing good.
So, at first, you were basically in Java and Jugs and Hot Topics chat. That's how I got to meet you. And Ember brought you on into being our co-host for Java and Jugs.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, she's like, oh, you're a content creator, and this was before I even had a video up, like the week before. She's like, oh, come on, and I'm just like, okay, and I've been there ever since.
Now, the question I like to ask everyone is a short deconstructing story of your religion. Were you ever religious? And
I
if you were,
was.
how did you deconstruct?
So I was raised Christian. I was raised Church of Christ Christian, which is kind of half evangelical, half fundy, if you know the denominations. Um, and I also went to a Church of Christ run school, so it was literally like I was in church 6 days a week. Um, about my mid-teens, my school decided to do a religions class, which of course you can imagine how they will portray the other religions. Last one was how do they put it? They put like um Satanism and paganism and like some other stuff. And I'm just like, wait, what? And the way that they described it was so, especially looking at it now, was so laughably horrible that I'm just like, okay. And this is like 2000, maybe. And so I get online, I'm like, do people actually believe this shit? And that's when I was just like, that's when I kind of got opened up to like the whole world of paganism, which kind of got the whole like, no, there's other ways to think about religion than this Christian thing. Because a lot of things in Christianity just never made sense to me. Like the whole hell thing never made sense. Certain rules that we were supposed to follow and not follow it just never made sense. Um, so once I found that, hey, there's actually other non-crazy, or at least from the perspective I had then, at the time, non-crazy things out there, I fell away from Christianity real quick. I was basically not considering myself a Christian after about a month or two of that because I'm like, why am I believing this crap with all of this other stuff? And I kind of realized that was one of those things that I'd only been taught one thing. I had never been given the chance to explore other things. And then it just kind of gradually went where I kind of bounced around for a while. I'm like, well, this is kind of stupid. This isn't working. And it kind of got to a point that I was talking to a friend of mine, and she's like, no, you're pretty much an atheist. Like, that's it, especially once I got really hardcore into science, because I decided to go to college for science. At the time, I was going into geology, but I had a really big love of physics too. And once I just kind of took a step back. I'm like, yeah, all this crap is stupid. Like, okay, and I just dropped it. It was never. I never had that big crisis of faith that some people did. It just kind of fell away over the years, which
I
is I consider myself very very lucky for that.
I also was part of the International Church of Christ. I don't know if that's
Hmm.
there's two different kinds.
Yeah,
So I was very the evangelical one.
yeah.
But I just in my life I was just like, well, my mom and grandma know everything. So I'm not gonna question them. I'm not gonna
Mm,
question my pastor because that's who knows everything.
yeah.
So I got told somebody before, because Eric Murphy, you know who he is, he used to have a talk
Hmm.
on like a Facebook lunchtime talk.
Hmm.
And I said, I thank YouTube and the internet. That might still be still be a theist. Because that no way of questioning or the evidence of my questioning for me to be a
Hmm.
believer or non-believer now. And
Yeah,
that's crazy,
yeah.
you
And
know.
I mean, I also I was kind of so I'm adopted and I'm
Okay.
an only child. And one of the things about it is I'm split right in between the two generations in my family. So like all of my cousins are 10 years older than me. My youngest cousin is 10 years younger than me. So like I'm split right in the middle. And even all the time growing up and even once I reached adulthood, and I think this kind of plays into possibly why I got married when I did and stuff. But the thing is even then, I was never really treated like an adult by my family. Like, it wasn't until much later that when I just finally kind of stopped coming around, and they were like, oh, holy shit, you're an adult now. And it's like, um,
Go figure.
yeah, but it's also one of those things that I also obviously stopped coming around with them so much is because like I'm sorry, I don't want to get up early and go to church on Sunday morning. It's not my idea of fun. I rather sleep in.
Yeah, like everything you do is churchy or God, put God
Hmm.
in it. Like, can we stop? I
Very, very,
understand
very
that that's
much.
how you are, but why do I have you have to bring it up to me? Like,
I mean,
my daughter is in a sorority and
yeah.
they'll pray like 5, 6 times during the meeting. And she's like,
Hmm.
why? I understand
Yeah.
one time in the beginning of it, but why several times during this event are we praying?
Yeah, exactly. And I mean, it's one of those things like with my family, um and like I'm very open about the fact that I'm an atheist. I am not. I tend to lean very heavily anti-theist, especially among certain groups. It's not equally spaced, but around my family, if they're not hurting anybody, if they're not fighting against human rights, and if they're not like pressuring me with it, like whatever, let them have it. If like my mom, if it makes my mom happy and she's not hurting anybody with it, let her have it. And it's gotten to the point that she's one of the few that knows unequivocally where I stand. Sorry, those are my dogs. Um, that she knows unequivocally where I stand, but she'll still be like, hey, come here, like, I need some help with this Bible verse, because she also knows that I know the Bible better than probably anybody else she knows. She's like, I need some help on this first study. I'm like, well, I can give you my perspective on it. It might not be the one you're looking for, but so
Yeah.
yeah.
So even though I met you through the Java
Mhm.
and Jugs and stuff like that, you have been part of a smaller part, but you have been part of the secular community for a while.
For a very
Yeah.
long time. And it depends. I was much more on the politics side of things. For anybody who does not know, I am only calling myself this because he has called me that, but he has called me his right hand woman before. But I am the Lilith behind Secular Talk and Kyle Kalinske. I do his thumbnails, I do the fan outreach, I do a whole bunch of stuff behind the scenes for him. And I've been doing
Let's
that
talk about
for
that.
what, 2000, well, maybe even before that. I was according to him and his best friend Corin, I was literally the first person watching that was not already a family member or a friend. So I was
Oh
literally fan
wow.
number one.
So
And
how did you get involved in that?
I found it one day on YouTube
Oh wow.
and just started watching it. It's like, hey, I like this guy. And it just stuck around. I mean, there's been times where me and him have disagreed on stuff, but who doesn't?
I
So
am lost with him. I need to watch his stuff. I
yes, you do.
feel like a outsider.
He's got a pretty massive channel. It's about
Yeah, it's like
it's 2 million.
millions.
Yeah, 2 million. We
Yeah.
hit 2 million this past year.
Yeah, that's
Getting to a
amazing.
million though, that was a slog. That took a
Yeah, I
lot of work.
yeah, I basically ran the Black Non-Believers web internet and their YouTube for a while. We only have like 3,700, so we're not nearly millions, but I do the inner works of that and keeping them together. Before I came out, because I was too afraid to be public. Not that I was afraid of being an atheist because I was a
Mhm.
local leader, but being that the other content people wouldn't like me. I don't know if that's weird me saying that.
Yeah, I I mean, especially me the last that's what kept me out of the content game myself is I was too worried about what people would think of me. And finally I'm just like
Who gives a
I just
fuck?
I don't care. Yeah. I just I don't care.
Okay.
So
So I did want to talk more about the secular
mhm.
talk and things like that. What the basic, without giving too much information, what is the show about? The
It
show's
basically
about.
just covers the politics of the modern day, the current news stories that are going on. Kyle runs down. He usually runs through an article or two of what's going on, and then he'll give his opinion on it. But his opinions are usually pretty dead on. Keep in mind, he's been doing this for 15 plus years, so he knows what he's talking about. He is very decidedly on the left. So there is no mistaking him for anybody even close to center, which is fantastic. And he's pretty much always been there. I mean, there's been a handful of things. Um, One story that he's told before and that I'll told too is like I changed his mind on NASA funding early on,
Okay.
and this was several years ago before the orange baboon craziness that's going on now. But there was a thing about cutting NASA, and he had said something or mentioned something. Don't quote me on this because I don't remember exactly what it was, but something about like why is NASA getting all this budget? And at this point, I was already doing some work for him here and there, and and anyway, so I sat down, I wrote him an email. I'm like, okay, dude, this is what NASA has given us. This is why we need NASA. And I gave him a massively long list of stuff. And he sent me an email back, and he's like, okay, you're right. I got it. I'm like,
Yeah,
so, and
that's what.
I'm making my policy that I personally do not interject when I think he is wrong or misguided unless I either have tons of evidence to back me up or it's something that I am deeply, deeply passionate about. People who know me know I'm a historian and know what field. Sorry, my dogs are being crazy. And know what field I am in. Now, if he were to go on there and say some of the wrong numbers about this particular event, you can bet I would have him on the phone that night correcting those numbers. But that never happens because 9 times out of 10, either actually he does do his research, and at the bare minimum, he will call me and say, "Hey, I know you're an expert in this field. What do you think?" And
That's good.
he's done so much work. You can see at the No Kings protest, I've seen 6 or 7 signs that say secular talk on them, which is just fantastic. I brought secular talk to both of the college campuses that I attended to. I had half the campuses listening to secular talk by the time I left. Um, and it's because I have, like, for instance, the last 2 No Kings protests, my mom had a medical emergency. This last one, I had a severe, I cannot get out of bed unless you want me to die kind of migraine. So because I have certain disabilities that don't necessarily allow me to get out and do the footwork for it, I tend to stay in the background and I tend to um make it to where the people who can get out there and the people who can be loud about it can do so and can do so confidently. So I try to make sure that Kyle has, the best thumbnails. I send him the best stories that I find. And I basically try to make him look good because he's got 2 million people that are relying on him for news on a regular basis. He was one of the very, very first like independent media style places out there.
Um, Loving you as we've never met in person. That will change one day, hopefully sooner than later. But that's one thing that I will want to say is that many people, not anybody on here, hopefully not, that look at somebody and look at them and say, "Oh, they're not disabled. Nothing's wrong with them," and you never
Hmm.
know. So don't look at somebody and say, "Oh, she looks fine." You don't
I'm
know
happy.
what's
Yeah,
going on inside of them.
I'm happy to allow, and it's one of those things. Like I am pretty much an open book. I'm happy to elaborate on my stuff. For instance, I've got really severe ADHD, which I did not know until about 3 years ago. I was not
And
diagnosed, and once I found that out, I was like, "Oh my god, all this stuff totally makes sense on why I'm like
and
this."
that's why I think I am as well. It's too many
Um,
things that I'm going through that I'm like,
yeah.
my mind and I was racing all the
Hmm.
time and I can't concentrate a lot of times and I'm disorganized.
Yeah. And my biggest thing too is, so my son's severely ADHD, and I recognize a lot of the things in him in me, but to the extreme in him, and it's just like there is no way. And his brother has some of the same things, and I know some of the same things in their dad. I'm like, there is no way this is not genetic. And and my parents were like, well, we had you tested for ADHD when you were a kid, and I'm like, Mom, that's when I was a kid. I am 40 years old now. There has been a lot more research and the tests are a lot more sensitive.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it's there's that. I've also suffered from chronic insomnia, which is not like just I don't sleep very much. It's like I won't sleep very much for a pattern of several days to several weeks, and I can do fine. But then there's other times where I won't sleep very much and it just wipes me out because I can't function on that. Like, I don't have a regular sleep schedule. It's it can really mess me up. And then I've also suffered from severe chronic migraine since I was about 10. I usually have about two to three a week, and they will completely take me out. My dad was the same way. And we always described it as we always have a headache. It's just a matter of how severe it is. So, like, I have
Yeah,
a
one of
headache
my
right now.
daughters has a bad one. She takes Topamax
Yeah,
for
the
it.
medicines, I've taken everything on the market for it right now. What is currently still available is out of my price range. I can't afford it, so I just have to suck it up and deal with
And
it.
and bull.
Yeah, we need better health care.
Well, you,
But
yeah. Well, I don't have a good sleep pattern either because sometimes I'll be on Java and Jugs, Hot Topics, then I do my own show, then I still have to get up and get ready to go to work. Today I do not go to work. It's Veterans Day. I have the day off, and I have this massive cold. I'm so glad I
I
get to
don't
go to
know
sleep soon
how
as
you.
I'm finished. And I'm not. I'm just half the time I'm just sitting there anyway. I might as well do something productive.
Yeah,
You know,
and
ADHD is playing a part right now.
yeah.
Like I think I have ADHD because I forgot what I was about to ask you.
Hmm.
But keep
Yeah,
talking. I might think
and
of it.
one of the things though that one of the kind of perks, I don't like saying perks, but perks with ADHD is once I actually do settle down and focus on something, I can focus on something. So like whenever I do Kyle's thumbs, I have it set down that I sit down and I do the thumbs and I do them all, and I have a fairly high standard for what they look like. I have so many people tell me, they're like, dude, this thumb was awesome. This one was awesome. One of the ones that has been the favorite, one of the more favorites is one that I actually use my own dog in. So, doing them for him is sort of that's my soft weekly activism, because I want to get people to watch his videos because he knows what he's talking about and he's good. And so if he can get more people listening to him, it helps further the cause.
Now, you have decided recently, just like myself, to start your own channel. Let's talk a
Mhm.
little bit about your own channel. What is it about? What are you doing on there?
Mine is just real quick to answer the Behold Network on my chat. He says, do you do the video title because those have been going so hard? No, Kyle does those. And sometimes they make it interesting for me for me to do the thumbnails, but I usually know where he's going. But no, Kyle does the thumbnails or does the video titles. um as far as my own channel, one thing, so I've always been a crafter. I love crafting. Knitting is my big thing. Earlier today I was wearing my headband, which I love. This was, I knitted this almost 20 years ago and I still wear it every winter. um my best friend sent me some yarn for my birthday a couple years ago, and I made this hat out of it. And it's really,
Oh,
really cute. Yeah, it's really, really cute. And it's always in my bag just in case I need it. I've knit blankets for everybody I know. But I also have a lot of other crafting skills from other stuff. And I'm one of those people, according to friends of mine, that if you were to be on Who Wants to Be a Millionaire and you didn't know the question, I'm the person you would call because I have useless knowledge out the wazoo. So, um, so like the first episode I did the supernova bottles, and that was primarily just because I wanted to talk about supernovas because supernovas are some of the coolest things ever. And then the second one I wanted to talk about Nasser, who's this copper merchant from ancient Sumeria, who this guy saved his hate mail. Now, keep in mind, clay tablets, they're hard to, like, they're delicate and they're fragile and they're hard to, there's a reason why we don't have a whole lot of these except for, like, financial information. There was an entire room of hate mail in his house because this guy was such a dodgy copper dealer and dodgy businessman. And so I'm just like, well, crafts. What can I do with that? And so I started poking around online and found some really cool clay bowls
Oh, that's
to do.
nice.
And so I did some clay bowls and told the story of Ir Nasser. Um, I just did a live stream with one of our other lovely Javin Jugs ladies. Just she did art journaling. I am painting and mod podging this like storage box that I've got. And we are going to continue that, I believe, tomorrow. And then
Yeah, I heard.
whenever I hit 100 subscribers, I have a Black Roses thing that I'm going to do for I'm going to do a Ask Me Anything stream and do the Black Roses thing. So I like doing the live streaming more than the actual episodes, to be honest. I think they're a lot more fun.
I might do one of those as I was thinking about doing that one already, but I wanted to have a higher number before I did one of those. To ask me.
I'm looking for an excuse to do the because the next video that I have, here's the funny thing. Then the next video that I have in the queue, which is my cloud curtains, can't be done until I rearrange some stuff, and I can't rearrange some of the stuff currently due to weird factors. So I'm just like, well, crap, what else can I do? So I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna up on 100. We'll do a 100 sub live stream and I'll do the Black Roses for that. So this is kind of where we're at right now on these.
Oh, I like that's nice.
Yeah.
Like
Oh,
I don't have any biological sisters. I have two brothers, but my sister, who's my best friend, she's like arts and crafty person. I can't do anything.
okay. So I have no biological sisters either, but my best friend, who is considered my sister too, she painted me my black hole for my birthday.
I love it.
If my house was burning down, this is what I would grab. I
I
love
love
this.
it.
And then she is also one of the most talented perfumers ever. I literally gave her, I don't know how she's going to take this, but I gave her a description of what my dad's like. My dad just used to smell like, like when he get out of the shower or something. My dad died 5 years ago. She sent me a cologne and it smelled exactly like him, and it still does. So it's like I still have my dad's
Wow.
smell all over the place and I love it. I've asked her to create like walking through a burning rose garden, which is right here. And it
Oh
smells like walking through a
wow.
burning rose garden. It actually smells like that. It smells like burning roses, which you'd be like, that might not smell too great. It's not like, you want to wear it to a wedding or anything, but it's a really, really distinctive smell. And she nailed it. So,
But that's still sentimental though.
yeah, she did she did some stuff for my mom, which my mom loves. She's done a one based off, so I used to love Victoria's Secret Love Spell. She's done takes off that but made it more like tropically, and then added like rose and coconut, and she's a goddess when it comes to that. If you want something, she is the one to do it, and I'm going to have her on my show at some point. But yeah, she's the one. She's like, you should put some of this stuff online. And I'm like what? So
Tell her to contact me because I know you said she's in the Michigan
Yes,
area.
I
We need to
did. And
connect.
she said she's working on it. I know she's
Get
busy, busy,
to
busy.
it. Is she also a non-believer atheist?
Hmm.
And see, yeah,
Yep.
she's connected. We have fun. I hang out.
Yeah.
We don't she doesn't necessarily have to hang out with me in the actual being or the Michigan atheist groups. So we can just hang out, get to know each other as well.
Yeah, I would love to, but I would love. I was going to plan on coming up there sometime within the next 6 months or so, just to see her,
I
and I
would
want to see
love
you
to.
and Jess and
I would
everybody,
love to.
just like
And
everybody.
Ember is in the chat. Thank you for hooking us up and getting us to know each
Ember,
other. We
thank you,
appreciate
Ember.
you, love. Hugs. And letting us hijack your show every almost if we want to every day.
We have our own emojis in her
I
show.
know. I know. I'm excited. I was like,
That
what?
was that
That was
was
like
like
love to
the
me.
biggest ego boost that I have had since I got my degree. I kid you not. Like the level of like somebody actually likes me. Holy crap! It was huge. Because like you don't
Yes.
get emojis just for kicks and giggles.
Yes. Yes. There are well, including me, 8 amazing women in that
Hmm.
chat, different diverse conversations, but we still get along and we agree with many things, but it's different aspect of many things. And I'm glad that I was added, even though I was brought on from the apostate sisters. I'm glad that I have a repertoire and a relationship with these women, and they're my sisters for life. And my nose is running. Hold on 1 second. I'm
Yeah,
just so
but
glad. I pushed the mute instead of the camera. So you saw me wrapping my nose. Oh, jeez. Okay.
yeah, it happens. We are
Yeah.
human after all.
Yes. I don't want to be nasty.
Yeah, and I mean with and the cool thing is like I see people in my so I run the secular taught Discord server too, which is
Okay.
huge. And I get people asking me all the time, like, how can I do this? Can I do more? Like, what do I do here? And it's like, you don't like have to get out and be like in the face of the how do I want to word this? You don't have to be out in the streets and in faces in order to affect change. These are things you can do to do that. Like what I've been doing for the past 10 years, I have been backing up Kyle so he can get his message out, which inspires more people to get out in the streets. It's one of those things that it starts one place and it builds and it goes and it goes and it goes. And you still need, even if you look at like the No Kings protest, think of all the people who had to get all the permits for that, had to get all the signs for it, had to get everything, like all the training and stuff set up, had to teach the training classes, and so on and so forth. There's a lot of people behind the scenes for every single protest that don't actually make it into the protest numbers, but are vital to they're vital to the movement.
I mean, even myself, when I'm still small, but when I was smaller, I would go to different court appearances
Hmm.
and I would talk when they would have or like the city council meetings and stuff like that. I would do that in my own community. I would do what I could do to help bring change and diversity. And I still do
Hmm.
that now, but I'm more so speaking on a more of a public platform. This is very important. And also I have to let it be known because in this atheist community, it is majority cis white men. And I let it known that there are women,
Hmm.
there are blacks, minorities, and women that are also part of this. So I'm no longer going to be quiet and silent because I want it to be known. But being small part, we need you. We need
Hmm.
those small contributors. We need those people that are in the communities that are running these small groups
Yeah,
to bring change.
yeah.
Very
And
important.
I mean, yeah, it's I mean, like all of these organizations, there's something like I've seen it to where you can call up organizations and be like, look, here's my limitations. I can't do this. I can't do this. Like, I can't leave my house because of X, Y, and Z. Well, what can I do to help? They will find, if you really want to help, they will find you something to do. They're like, hey, can you maybe go see if you can find these facts and see if these things are legitimate or not. Like, see if you can find a legitimate source for them as opposed to just this trivial that we're getting over here. Um, and there's a ton of things you can do without necessarily being like straight up on a content creator or being, on the front lines of the protests. Like with Kyle, he's not doing all that by himself. I mean, I'll send him stories. I know he gets stories from his wife. I know he gets stories from other sources. He also looks through his stories. I do the thumbnails for him. It's like it's rarely a one man show. Sometimes it is, but it's rarely a one man show. So, and it's one of those things just to help him get out there and be as effective as he possibly can. And I think he does a great job at it.
I am going to read Theo's comment. Kyle should put effort to get back on Joe Rogan and give him some piece of his mind, in my opinion.
I have no inside. I will preface this by saying I have no inside knowledge of this whatsoever. I don't think that's going to happen though. I mean, Kyle has hit Rogan so many times, but Rogan might be up for it. But and I'm pretty. I'm not entirely sure whether Kyle will be open for it, but I'm pretty sure Rogan is not going to be ready for the beatdown that he's going to receive that he knows is coming. So, but that is purely my opinion. That I have not talked to Kyle about that. Nothing. So don't take that as STR says he will do this, because no, this is me, Lil, my personal opinion. I personally don't think he should either. I don't think he should give them any more gas.
Well, if Kyle is against Joe, then I think I might like Kyle. I'm gonna have to watch his show though. But it was a lot of content creators that I did not know about. When I, well, you think about me is I've been part of Black Nonbelievers. I'm the affiliate leader for the Metro Detroit since 2023. Um, so this year coming up in January will be my third year anniversary.
Mm-hmm.
So this past year I went to the Arkham County protest, and I'm just being myself, laughing and talking with people. Then next thing you know, they want to be on their show, want me to do this, want me to do that. And
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, man, I didn't know I was gonna get that much love in the community.
Yeah.
So that's what caused me to be like, maybe I can do more than just be locally.
Yeah. I mean, the amount of love and open arms that I've gotten in this community since, because I lurked in this community for a really long time, but the amount of the amount of love and open arms and welcome, and then even like understanding if there was something that I might have said that kind of came across sideways, but it was obvious that it meant like that. I just didn't quite like people are willing to correct me, but without being like overly harsh about it, if that makes sense. Because they know
Okay.
where I'm coming from on stuff. I need to learn certain things just like everybody else does. But
Yeah, exactly.
everyone's been so heartwarming, so accepting that it kind of makes it. hard to not want to do content and, give the people what they want. I mean, if they're
Yeah.
willing to watch me, why not?
Give 'em what they want. Exactly.
It,
Now,
yeah.
the one thing, I'm gonna bring something up, and I'm not gonna go into full details and everything, but it's sad that there has been a creator that is known, and that person is of color.
Hmm.
And the sad thing about being in our space that is not that many of us, we have two different types of people. We have one, a person of color that's like, I'm trying to bring as many people of color, minority people in the space with me to
Hmm.
bring them more and to show knowledge. Then we got others be like, I don't care about being a token. Long as I get in, I don't care about nobody else getting in. And it's
Hmm.
sad. It's so sad. And it also
Yeah.
comes effect with the women. Like, why? Let's all get a piece of this pie.
Yeah.
It's everlasting. You don't I'm being selfish. And it angers me. And then you get content creators that are telling this person, hey, what you're saying is wrong, disrespectful. They're blocking them all. You all know what I'm talking
I
about. You've
mean,
seen all this stuff. And it's crazy.
yeah, it
Like
is.
coming from a black man,
And
that was really sad for them to do that.
yeah, and I mean, like, if someone came to me and said, hey, what you said here was really disrespectful, I would hope, and this is pretty much my plea with that, is if something I say sounds disrespectful, please come to me and please talk to me about it, because I probably, in my ignorance or state of mind or whatever might have been, I just either did not say it the way that I had intended, it didn't come across the way I intended, or maybe it is a subject that I am somewhat ignorant on that I could learn, and I want to learn.
Exactly.
I don't want to be wrong about stuff. If I say something like, for instance, and this is a minor thing compared to a lot, it took me longer than I would like to admit to get the R word out of my vocabulary. And the main reason is because it was just common vernacular when I was in high school. Everybody said it when I
Exactly.
was in high school. Once I realized, oh, holy crap, we don't say this anymore, I still slipped up occasionally. But once I realized I did, I instantly apologized and then renewed my efforts to stop saying it. And you know what? I don't remember the last time I said it. I don't remember. It had to have been years. I heard my boys say it, and they'd get in trouble for saying it. I didn't allow it in my house. It's one of
Yeah.
those things though that if I mess up, I would like to know, because there is some chance that I just don't know that I messed up or don't know the severity to which I messed up. So please approach it with kindness as opposed to just straight out hate. And I will probably learn something, because that's not there. Me being mean and vitriolic is never my intention.
Yeah, many times it's how you were raised and you just use custom to doing things that aren't necessarily the right way to be. Please let me
Mm-hmm.
know. I want to know if I want to know if I'm wrong. Help me,
Mm-hmm.
and that's where life should be. Because me with pronouns, I thought to use your right pronouns, and so I'm like, well, I don't know, because sometimes somebody will say they, and I try to be, but now after they say somebody says, well, just ask them before you start the conversation what pronouns you want me to use. Don't
Mm-hmm.
say the pronoun. Just say what pronouns you want me to use, and I'm gonna start doing that now.
Mm-hmm.
Because sometimes I've been on the stream in these streams sometime, and I'll say somebody's wrong pronouns because I don't know,
Yeah. And I mean,
and I don't
it's
want to be
usually,
defended to them, but I want to be respectful, say
yeah.
the right pronouns, but I don't.
It's usually me that I'll just kind of keep it vague until they say it or they make it clear where they're at, and it's just like, okay.
Yeah,
And it's
I don't want to
I've
offend
always held
nobody.
Yeah, and I've always held the opinion of like you call people what they call themselves, unless they say no, we want you to call us this other thing.
Yeah. It's yeah, just about respect, and being someone, and I guess like for me, being someone that does have mental illness, I have bipolar. And so so many people, everything, whenever somebody has a problem and it's like they're bipolar. That's not everybody. It's
Hmm.
different mental illnesses, different
Yeah.
situations. People don't always say that everybody's bipolar because they have an attitude problem. That irritates me so much.
Yeah.
Why are
Yeah.
you saying that?
And I mean, even with, and I guess I've got a, I've gained a very, at least with some people, a large swath of I can deal with them being stupid on stuff. Because for instance, my mom does not understand my son's ADHD. She sits there and thinks that it's laziness most of the time, and I have had to explain to her 6,000 times, no, that's not the case. And I was like, and it's not the case that I can't do this. It's a literal like mental issue on why we can't do X, Y, and Z the way you do it. We don't think of things the way you do. And she's like, "Whoa, you're so much better." I'm like, "I've had 40 years of coping, of having to deal with it in this world, with you as a mother. Like, I can cope. He can't. He
Yeah,
hasn't had that experience."
I remember being a child, this nursery school time. I
Hmm.
could not sleep at nap time. I would run around the classroom or the sleep area, just run around. And they would have to send me, hold on, I would run around the classroom because I couldn't sleep. So they would have to
Hmm.
send me, seat me in the hallway because I wake everybody up. Is that our Kip?
That was Skip.
Hello, honey. So that's what I would do. That's crazy.
Hmm.
Now I love naps. At that age, I didn't like naps.
Hmm.
I always want to get busy. And so when my kids were younger, I put them through therapy and things like that. I know there's some issues, and I believe that it was ADHD for them as well. I'm not
Hmm.
diagnosed. They are now my youngest, they got diagnosed with ADHD.
Hmm.
Made a lot of sense. But for a
Yeah.
long time, it was oppositional defiant disorder.
Yes.
That's what they always, everyone was diagnosed with that. I was like,
Yeah. And
everybody
I
don't
was just
have
like,
that.
I was like, that's not it. And they're like, well, and well, it's always like, well, you don't think that you're their mother. I'm like, it's not that. I'm telling you. Like, I know him. And it was just trying to get him diagnosed. But it makes a lot of sense. And now that we have accurate diagnosis, it makes things a lot easier. And I mean, so and especially with the activism that I feel strongly that I want to do, and with my various disabilities and stuff, doing things the way I do it works really, really well for me. I can help Kyle get his message out there, and now I've got a platform that I can do my own message. So,
But about 10, 11 minutes, give or take.
mhm.
Plug your stuff.
So I have a channel called Lil of All Trades. On there, we do. Um, lately it's been. Last week we did reasonably crafty with Jill. With Jill. Wow, with Jess and Lil. She was doing some art journaling. I was painting on a box, and we were just chatting away. We will be doing that again probably tomorrow. I do videos usually. The goal was originally every 2 weeks, but it's every 3 weeks to a month that I'll get a new video out. Um, with a specific craft that is at least tangentially tied to some topic that I'm talking about, just to share some really cool information. Um, and then I'm planning on doing other live streams just because I want to.
Hey,
um,
works for
and
me.
those will probably cover. There's going to be a lot of uh, probably news, politics, atheism, and then just cool shit that happens. So
Yeah, so I'm gonna put it in my notes in the description as well. But I did put her, I might do it again to make sure it's on there. A while back, I did put her page in there. You might can Here we go right here. I found it right here. So that is her YouTube page. Like, comment, subscribe. She wants to get to
100.
100 so she can have a Ask Me Anything live
Yes, and so
stream.
I can finish this. I have 13 of these. I have 13 black roses. And if you have, you shouldn't have to ask if I like black roses. If you've seen me on other things, I have black roses tatted on my chest.
Okay,
There
cool.
we go. Yeah. Well,
I eventually want
yeah, there
to
we go.
I eventually
I have
want
one over here too.
to get a full sleeve.
Me too, and then they got too expensive.
Yeah, eventually I do. I have three. I have two on this arm and one on this arm. So
I
I want
have,
to fix it.
let's see, I have one, two, three, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10,
Oh, not
11.
way less than you.
I think I got 13 total. This
So
big chess piece though is actually three, just because it was three separate ones that we all layered on top of each other. And if you look close, there's a cross in the middle of it. That's when I was still like I was still Christian in name, but more just because it was the least problematic thing to do at the time. um, but I've left it there and I haven't covered it up because it's part of my story. It's part of who I am.
yeah,
So I left it.
I do want to get you helped me design two of my logos, the one that's up here,
Mm,
and then it's another one that I have that I do have me design. I want to get those tattoos. And also Jess did our Javin Jugs one.
mm-hmm.
I want to get that as a tattoo as well. We have very artistic and creative women in our group.
I
So
can
like
do
and
graphic
subscribe
design.
for like and subscribe to Jess channel to How to Roll an Asteroid. She also did my intro video that I love. I just I can't hugs, kisses, kisses every all around.
I need to
So I'm
figure out
gonna
how to do an intro video. I haven't figured that one out yet.
I don't know. I went on CapCut and other different streams, but I could not see how she did what she did. I don't know. It was amazing.
I don't know either. I can barely get shorts made. I did do 2 shorts though, and I think my shorts are going to revolve around
I did
either
my outro.
either goofy stuff that has nothing to do with the stream that it was originally for, or my dogs. I think both of them revolve around my dogs right now. So
I don't know what I would do
I
without
love
these
my
women in
dog.
my life.
Yeah, Kelly has quickly become one of my best friends. So she is
Yes.
amazing. Follow her on
Yes.
everything.
And me and Jess need to hook up and hang out again. We don't stay too far. She's always in Michigan, so we hung out a few times. Hopefully that'll happen again. I will
I
plug
need to
this.
take my
Mich
I need to take my best friends. Yeah, I need to take my best friend's advice and just move to Michigan.
so I'm gonna pull it up. Let me see. Hold on. Where is this at right now? Hold on 1 second. Where are we at? So Hold on. Saturday, the 29th, we're having Friendsgiving. We're going to a local, this is for the Michigan Atheists. We're going to a local Michigan Mexican restaurant, and they're going to a burlesque show after. So, usually the president, I am the treasurer of Michigan Atheists now, and usually it'll be myself, the secretary, and the president going, because nobody else wants to go in the actual board members. So we are having
I could
our.
go.
I wish you could. I love going to burlesque shows. We have a lot of fun. So hopefully, Jess, you and your partners can join us.
Please get me out of Texas. Get me
Come
out
on,
of here.
please. I want you out of here. Actually, I want to go to Canada, to be honest with you. I don't even want to be here anymore.
Yeah,
So
but
Michigan is
I'll
pretty
take
cool
Michigan.
though.
I'll take Michigan.
Michigan is pretty cool. Hey AJ and everybody else, Tintin wins, Agnes. Who else is here? Hold on. Ember, of course, King Patriarch. I have never heard of you, but thank you for joining in. Now I'm gonna plug some things that I'm going through. Now that's going on locally. There's also probably gonna be a joint event that I just mentioned because I'm Black non-believers and I'm part of Michigan Atheists. So why have two events? You can
Mhm.
just have one. Oh, South California. Sounds nice. The sad thing
Yeah.
is my daughter is in Miami, so I do go to Florida a lot because I want to see my baby.
See, here's the thing that scares me about California is wildfires. They're the one natural disaster I can't handle. I can handle tornadoes all day long. Bring them. I can handle hurricanes. Wildfires are not so much.
Wait, Carly, you're in Michigan? What part? That's what I'm like. You're in Michigan too? I know for me, oh, Arkansas.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay. That's where my
Hey, I can
grandfather's
pick you
people's
up on
from.
my way to Michigan.
Little Rock.
How about this? I can pick you up on my way to Michigan.
Michigan is larger than what people think. But being Michigan atheists, we do have different events that we
Liking some
do.
people.
Yes. Road trip. Actually, when you move to Seattle, I think we say you're going, AJ, I will be visiting you first. I heard Seattle is
I'm
beautiful.
consider Seattle is on my list of possible moves. Part of it depends on my son on what college he wants to go to. So
Congratulations, you got almost done with two, huh? Now, I'm gonna plug some things for me. I'm gonna might be a little bit over, but it would be good. Thursday I have Ryan Theobald. Hope I said his name right. I always call him RT, but he's gonna be my guest next Thursday. He is director for the Michigan part of American Atheist. I work with him a lot in the secular community in Michigan area. And then I'm super excited. My guest for that Saturday, the 22nd will be Secularity. We will talk about
ooh,
secularizing US and other things. He's a
that'll be
cool
fun.
guy, but I've never talked to him in interview style. So we'll see how that's gonna go. That's what I have going on my show. So tune in for those episodes as well. Comment, share, like, subscribe on both of our channels. We got AJ Wasey Human. Subscribe to her. She's also our Java and Jug sister. And like I said earlier, Jess, Hotter Will an Asteroid. My wonderful, oh, I'm sorry, Ember. Better than Ember. Subscribe to her
I was
definitely.
about to say.
I'm slipping. Everybody, I need to put it in the chat, but I don't feel like stopping. I need next time I'm gonna do that.
I
I'm gonna.
don't know. Um,
Are you
I don't
put?
know if
Can
I'm
you
on.
have access to that to do it?
No,
I'm
I
about to do it real
don't.
quick. Can you put it in your chat? Hold
Yes, I
on.
can put it in my chat.
This yeah. Because I'm gonna have to just. This is crazy. This is because I don't have a regular laptop. Oh, here we go. Wonderful. Ember already put it in. There we go, right here.
That works.
See, here we go. That's why I need you guys. I need you ladies. Need you ladies to look out for me. I have Deviant on my show
It's a group
soon.
effort.
Jess on
It
my
is a
show
group effort.
as well. We're gonna get this together. I'm gonna get these people. Deviant, Jess, let's get together. Once again, I want to thank everybody for tuning in to my show, Secular. I'm gonna get Secular Rising, Lord. Secular Activism Unfiltered. I thank you, everyone. And please, if you um watch late,
Still like and subscribe.
watch again. I need those numbers. Let me get to 200. I
We
got
both do.
109 and 10. Let me get to 200.
Let me get to
And
100.
then, yes, I want to get to two. Let me try 125 first. It's small numbers. Her to 100. If she when she gets 100, I'll be on her show.
Hell yeah.
Love you
All
guys.
right.
Till next time, Thursday, 1 o'clock. Ryan. Then that Saturday will be Secular Rarity. Until next time, bye everyone.
Bye.
I can feel the blood creeping up from the heathens. Got will, got fight, got pride.